Welcome everyone to Teacher's Table. Really jazzed to be here on Monday, Memorial Day, having a good Memorial weekend. We have some returners here. Super excited to see you guys. Teacher's Table is all about us sort of coming together, learning together, sitting at the table, enjoying a cup of coffee, a cup of joe. But really, it's about swapping some stories as teachers and building this community out so that we have a space and place for teachers to discuss, to talk together, to build that relationship, help each other out, have great conversations. And I gotta tell you, I'm thrilled. This begins week 3. This is episode 11. I can't believe it. And welcome to the table. So if you're new, drop your name in the chat here. If you're a returner, welcome back. Let's see, we got some people here who have already done so. So Carrie's here. Welcome back, Carrie. Happy to have you. Jason made it. Love having Jason back on Teacher's Table. Jason, you're a great guy. And Nick Davis, the Memorial Day weekend has been fabulous. It was excellent weather here in Wisco. Loving it. So that's fabulous. And Adam Marino's here. Fabulous. It's a little tired this morning. Understandable. We all have that. We've all had some good nights. So today, guys, I thought we could sort of reflect on sort of a conversation I was having the other day about if you've heard of the guy named Simon Sinek. Here, let me bring it up here. Here's his website. Great guy. Wrote a lot of these books. Speaker. Mainly, I think, known for this sort of start with your why. But he does a lot of other stuff. And I was curious, I like listening to his sort of YouTube stuff and listening to him. He had this YouTube where he was talking about this time that we're all living in, and how much of it should we be productive, right? Like what that ratio of being productive and sort of learning a new skill versus also using this time to sort of rest and reflect and strike that sort of or strike that balance. And I think it sort of depends the kind of person you are. I think it also depends a little bit of I think it kind of depends the day. I mean, like there are some days where I'm one or I'm kind of the other. There's days I'm a little bit of both, but I was curious kind of like how you guys felt about this. Like in this time, this is a odd time, but it is a time we can sort of capitalize on. So this notion, this idea of not using this time for any sort of like growth seems crazy to me, but I didn't know if it was just me. So I wanted to like toss this out to Teacher's Table. Like, how are we using this time in terms of our own development, our own growth, and whether that is for teaching or whether that's for our lives. I'm just curious what you guys think. So we got a few, while you guys kind of think about that, we got a few other people that I want to say hi to here. We got Caitlin coming back. Love it. Welcome to the Teacher's Table. Mike Washburn's here. Fantastic. That's awesome, Mike. Hope you're sticking around and processing this question with us. Kyle's here. Finishing up the coffee brew. I got mine. I'm loving having you there. Let's see. We got Elizabeth here. Welcome, Elizabeth. Sorry I didn't get a game in this weekend. I kind of had some busy. I was kind of productive. I went with the productive sort of side of things on that question. So if you guys are just tuning in here to the live Teacher's Table, welcome to Teacher's Table. Drop your name into the chat box. Love to hear from you. We're sort of processing this idea of during this time, what's the sort of balance between being productive and sort of learning a new skill, doing new things like that, honing a skill, crafting a skill, like whatever, like, versus, using it as kind of a hunker down respite, where we're in such a fast-paced world. This is sort of forcing us to slow down. But I'm curious, where are you guys at on that? And then what have you been doing in either of those spaces? Let's chat about that. Welcome back. I love when we got social studies. Adam Powley made it. Good morning, Adam. We got a few people already hitting that like button. Thank you so much. That's big. That's always helpful. And we definitely have a goal today that I'm going to put out. Let's see. Mike Washburn here says, I'm definitely struggling with, let's make this a little, whoop, whoop. There we go. I'm definitely struggling with exercise. Some weeks I'm great, other weeks completely falls off. I'm pretty busy with Minecraft podcasts, etc., but need to keep active. So, Mike, I think Mike and I are sort of cut from the same cloth. Like, right? We like to create. We like to do. We like to learn. We buy some of this equipment. We like to tinker with it, and right. So, Mike Washburn runs all sorts of things. He does a live stream. He does participate Twitch channel where you can kind of see him do some different gaming things. He also runs a podcast. Mike does all of this stuff, and with that also he's that same goal driven falls into his life, and he and I are similar on that. But there are times where that just it's hard. It's hard to stay at that pace. And some days, like I said, that dial is turned all the way up to like 100%. And it's amazing, like everything I'm able to accomplish in a day. But then that almost comes at an expense, I think, on another day, right? Then there's another day where I'm just spent and I don't do those things. So thinking through that, I think that's okay. I guess that's where I've landed. But what we can't do, or what I try to not let myself do, I shouldn't say can't, is let those days stack on top of each other in terms of sort of the super ultra lazy day. Because what happens is sometimes I'm almost 100% the other way. And that's out of balance, right? We probably don't want either of those two extremes. We probably want somewhere in the middle would be nice. All right, we got some other people here. Let's see. Nick Davis, I'm working on goals for the summer right now. What is on your list? I'm trying to be productive. So many of you, well, I don't know, if you've checked out my YouTube channel, one of the things I've been doing this year is 1 month goals. And I have really enjoyed these 1 month goals, and I would love for you guys to, join in and try some of these. You don't have to do my specific goals, but it's this idea of having a focus, having a set, and moving towards that, and also the freshness that comes with a new month, right? When it clicks over to that number one, day one, you have sort of a new lease on life, right? So it's the same thing as like the beginning of the year with New Year's resolutions, but it's a much harder task to sort of commit something to a year. You usually break it somewhere in that year, and then it kind of crumbles. But a month's not too bad. A month you could do. So Nick, some of the goals I have for this summer. I want to sort of take a few online classes, and whether that's through some of these various things like Masterclass, Skillshare is another website that you can kind of learn some things. And I'm trying to sort of, this summer I think is going to be about refinement. So instead of learning a completely new skill, I kind of want to take some of the skills I have and go to that next step, which is one of the hardest things to commit yourself to, I think, because to go from zero to say like, I do not know how to whatever, like I don't know how to make lasagna. All right, if that's true, to go from like not knowing how to make it to making a pretty decent one, to get like an 85% on your lasagna, you could actually probably do that on your first lasagna. Like, so wow, like that growth rate from 0 to 85%, pretty darn quick. But to refine it, to say, I am going to now like make lasagna a bunch so that I can go from that 85% to that 95%. And obviously the closer and closer you get to that 100%, the harder and harder it becomes to get to that percentage, But I think a lot of times I am a little bit of that hummingbird. I go around and I'm like, oh man, this is cool. I just learned this thing. And I kind of get to that 85% on that thing, and I get addicted to that like 0 to 85%. And then I'm like, oh, let's buzz over here, and then let's get that 85%. But spending this time to now go back to some of those places and get that 85 to a 90 to a 95. That's kind of what I'm dedicating myself to. Heidi's here. Good morning. Glad you made it back to the teacher's table. Let's see what else we have. Jason. I find that I take the time to create or to allow creativity to happen. I feel together and more productive. Truth be told, I am losing my ability to keep track of time these days. I will say, in this whole experience, it all sort of ebbs and flows together. So, all right, let's put up our like goal. I haven't done that yet today. I thought I put the little American flag there, right? We're doing 20. Why I did 20 on today was that because it's Memorial Day in 20, right? 2020. So I thought let's shoot for the like goal of 20. I think we can get there. See, Carrie says it's hit or miss. I definitely have time on my hands and want to establish routine or days. It just gets away without getting anything done. All right, so Carrie, this is big. Like you already hit on it. Start with those routines, right? And I'd start right away. Like start with those routines. Get something in place that you can do. Try to set a little goal. Like before noon, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And maybe X, Y, and Z is even small, but if you every day start doing X, Y, and Z before noon, you start to build in that sort of addiction to that and that sort of habit. And it's kind of nice. You can kind of get a bunch done that way. And I also have to say, routine can definitely help you. And there's a technique called habit stacking. Whatever it is that you already do in your life, Carrie. So I don't know. Let's say you take a multivitamin and you want a new habit of going for a walk. Like, can you stack those two habits? Can you take the multivitamin and go for the walk right afterwards, so that you take something that's already established daily routine and then add one new habit to it? Make your bed. If you're that person that gets out of bed and instantly makes your bed, all right, stack that habit that like right after making your bed, you are going to do this, right? Or I don't know. If you make that coffee, well, either right before making coffee or right after coffee, can you add that habit? And what happens to me, at least, is after like a week or two of doing that, you start to have that habit, you like that habit, but then you start to be like, well, I can do much more than just like coffee and a walk. Like, all right, let's stack another habit in there, right? So find these pillars, these things that are already established in your life, build some habits around them, and I tell you, you're going to start to produce more, do more. It's awesome. Jennifer made it back. Good to have you. Good morning. Computer took its sweet time booting up. Man, these computers, we've been pushing them pretty hard if you think about it during this time. Jennifer, we're talking about kind of how much we have to be productive during this time. What do we want to try to learn? What do we want to try to grow to? Or can we just sort of take our time and rest? Elizabeth wants to do some raised bed gardens this week. I want to keep some fresh veggies soon. I want to tell you, like, I just had that conversation with a friend of mine that I want to sort of build a raised bed in my, like on my deck for some herbs. They kind of got me convinced that maybe I should just do like large pots and just kind of get 3 or 4 of them because it's on the deck. And I'm not trying to grow a bunch. I'm trying to grow a couple of different herbs. So let me know. Drop in the comments if you think I should go with raised bed or just some sort of large pots kind of in a row. Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Adam says, no spouse, no children, and being self-employed means that I can spend my time a little differently than most. During this time, I have increased fasting, exercise, music, and writing my book. That's awesome, right? So, but that, again, right there, that kind of goes to that habit stacking. He's sort of filled his day, and especially being sort of self-employed, he's sort of got a blank slate there and filling out his day, but also ultimately making sure that the day doesn't fully get away from him, or at least many days don't get away from him. Let's see here. All right, we're up to 12 likes. That's fantastic. We only have 8 more to go to get to our top there. Let's see. Caitlin says, I've started creating a list of goals that I want to accomplish, and then I map out a time frame. That's pretty cool, right? So because you're actually dedicating sort of a roadmap to them, to these goals, I bet you that increases your action steps towards it. Let's see. My daily habit during this time is to do more exercise almost daily. That's fantastic, right? Like I gotta tell you, when this whole situation first started, one of the things I absolutely loved was taking daily walks with my daughter. And I didn't necessarily take daily ones before, so having this time, like, that's something I'm gonna kind of always remember. And my daughter and I have actually shared with each other how much we've enjoyed those, and we kind of want those to keep. Let's see. Mm, Becky made it. Good to see you here, Becky. Thanks for making it. Let's see. Heidi says, I find it helpful for someone to keep an accountable to exercise front. We started the journey together a couple weeks ago into our closure. Yeah, having accountability partners is huge. Having somebody to check in, even, to be honest, just somebody that you can share that journey with. Actually, that's kind of teacher's table, right? Having a space where you can kind of talk to somebody, and when somebody else is on that journey, even if it's distance, right? So even if, like, you're not actually going to, like, be with them or go to the gym with them, the fact that you can kind of nerd out on this topic, right? So Adam sort of put, he does this intermittent fasting, and he and I both do intermittent fasting, and we stay in contact, and it's awesome to be able to, like, break that down with Adam, and he and I nerd out a lot on it. Like, what does it feel like? We like how we sleep better. I'm more focused when I do intermittent fasting, and there are days you sort of, like, don't live up to that intermittent fasting goal, but having that person you can kind of check in with, bounce those ideas off, is pretty awesome. So good call. Heidi says this is test week for us. Oof, that's tough. Jennifer signed up for a 5K. So again, being that productive, like, you're going to try some things. I dig it. Let's see. Kyle wants to read all the books he got from the pirate sale. That's awesome. Thanks for supporting my publisher, DBC. Great group of people, great books, great community. I know, Kyle, that you already have Explore Like a Pirate, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I have 2 online classes. Elizabeth, that's awesome, taking some online classes. So it really seems like we're leaning towards the side of being productive here. Let's see what Becky says. Becky says, this summer I plan to refine my home. Ha! We moved last April, and we still have boxes organizing to do, new fixtures to install. Yeah, that's tough, right? Like, I am with you on sort of getting a home, like, to be a home, right? You're so excited to, like, move in, and you just kind of move in. You maybe get the spaces that you use all the time set and ready, but then you have those extra spaces that takes a while to sort of finish off. Scott made it. Good morning, Scott. We have a little bit to go here. We're on 13 likes to our today's goal of 20. Let's make that a little bigger. Boop. Put it up here. Adam Marino loved Start With Why. It is a good book. Let's see. Sarah made it. Glad to have you back, Sarah. Sorry it took me a while to see that you made it here. Anybody that's just dropping in, starting here on Teacher's Table, because I see we have some new people that have come, please introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from. And if you want to put, like, hashtag new so we know you're new, and either I'm going to welcome you or other people here at the Teacher's Table are going to welcome you to the table. So pull up a seat. That's fantastic. Let's see what else we have. Heidi says, I think that my summer goals are going to be centered around the home renovating that we are in the middle of. No kitchen or bathroom on the first floor of our house. Ooh. I remember when I redid our kitchen. Oof, that is tough. Let's see. Professionally, Heidi says that she has a couple PD sessions on my calendar and a stack of books to start digging into for the summer. Heidi, I hope you know about Hive Summit. HiveSummit.org is online sort of conference that I've ran for the last 2 years. Great group of educators. We tend to add some extra little bits in there that kind of make it a little different than just your normal online PD. I hope you check out HiveSummit.org and put that on your list of PD for the summer. Let's see. Habit stacking, I love it. I love it. It's definitely a great way to start your new habits for sure. Ooh, Caitlin. Good luck with that. Let me know how that goes. I really want to know. Becky puts a vote for pots. I dig it. All right. Instead of the big. I was kind of excited to try to build that board like that, or the planter box though. But let's see. Ooh, Adam really points out a big proponent of self-care, but also aware of not using self-care as an excuse. It is a delicate balance. So that's what I'm saying about that, like in between, right? When times when I've ran at 100%, it is amazing what I've been able to accomplish. It's amazing what I get done, and I'm so proud of, like, wow, I've built this, or I've created this, or I made these videos and a podcast and that and that. But then that comes at an expense that, like, some other day, literally, I go down to almost zero productivity, which and that doesn't feel good. Then you kind of feel like, ugh, I didn't do anything today. And I don't like to feel that way. I do like the amazing of the 100%, but I have to recognize that day comes with the other day. And so then I'm at an average of 50%. Well, I don't like that, because when I do the blend of the two, I usually have a higher percentage than 50 in terms of accomplishing things. So it is about that self-care and managing it, but also not using self-care as kind of that crutch of just saying, like, well, I'm not going to do anything today. Like, delicate balance for sure. Let's see. We have a lot. I mean, just great comments, people. I am loving it. So many. I love it. You guys are commenting back to each other. This is great. All right, Mr. T. Let's see. My summer goals includes rebuilding our second floor, putting in a new patio, revamping my class game, going to go even bigger. Thank goodness for amazing teammates. Mr. T, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out on building out your game, making it bigger, and good luck on the renovation projects. That is kind of an exciting thing, but I know it's also just overwhelming, like tons of decisions, and hoping that it all sort of works out, clicks together, works together, that you don't discover some bigger problem when you take down that wall kind of thing. So good luck. Oh, so far the votes, it's 1-1 for raised beds versus making the individual planter box or pots. Let's see. Sarah chimes in here. Daily habits include walking and doing PT exercises after ankle surgery. I've read a lot lately and are ready to get out and be active again. Need to be ready for August. Love habit stacking. Yeah. So, guys, I think Sarah's point there actually is really kind of nice. She's doing some physical activities. She's done some mental activities, and she definitely has her eye towards August, which is great. So she's got like a timeline. She's got some goals. She's been physical and sort of mentally physical too. And I think that's that nice blend that we're talking about. Scott's playing pickleball. I love that. All right, so Becky here says, this summer I'm planning to continue my usual research and find some great PD. With so many events shifting to online, there are a lot more options I can participate in. Again, there are a ton of options out there, and I hope you check out those options. But one that I hope, Becky, you check out is Hive Summit. Let's see here. Colin made it. Welcome back, Colin. You're always got a seat at the table, so you're welcome to come. I'm heading to the middle of Maine shortly to hold up for the summer. That's awesome. That's got to be beautiful. I hope you have internet there, Colin. I want you back at the table. No problem on these chats. Like I said, Colin, I want you back at the table, so make sure you got internet up there. Let's see. Nick Davis says, I'm trying to create a camp-style schedule for my own kids so that they can keep their minds and bodies active. Any ideas? Oh, I love it. So hopefully, as I scroll down, more and more of you have answered Nick's question because I think that's a really good one. I will say, when I first got divorced, I gotta tell you, I was like nervous being a single father. Like, I have my daughter 50% of the time, and I'm like, am I gonna be a good single dad? You know, am I gonna fill the day? Am I gonna like help her out? Am I gonna not, I don't know, do all the like parenting things, right? It's tough. And I was so nervous. And one of the tips somebody gave me when my daughter we got divorced, she was 6, and no, 7. No, sorry, 5. She was 5. That's what she was. Got it. She was 5. And somebody said, I was so nervous about summer, and they said, one of the things you got to think about is kids need that sort of structure and regularity. And so we sat down together and we kind of built out this little thing that she needed to do. And some of it was like fun. Some of it was some chore based stuff, that she needed to like make her bed. She needed to do this. And having that routine, like we just sort of taped it to her door, and she kind of liked it. She kind of liked that she knew what was going to come, and she knew she had her time, but she knew she also had to sort of contribute. And I think that was a big thing. And we had plenty of unstructured time in there too, but there was that sort of structure, and it really like helped out. So thinking about summer, this is going to sound like terrible. Sorry if there's any kids listening, but thinking about summer a little bit like the school year, like can we plug into, it's a little bit back to that habit stacking. Can we plug in some things that like what needs to happen in the morning? Like, right? Because I don't think we should let it just be every day Saturday morning kind of cartoon sort of get up morning. We need to like build some things, like these are the things you got to kind of do right away, and then maybe have like a block of their time to sort of do some things. But I would love to hear some of you guys' actual like, what are you plugging in on your schedule? That would be awesome. Let's see. Kyle here says he's got a lot of time in the summer for his son. Take apart old patio furniture, rebuild, play games with family. Yes, and hopefully on this channel. Let's see. Rework my class game. Take some summer PD. Love it. Thank you very much for the Hive Summit sort of thumbs up on that. Some thoughts about what they like. Try. Love it. Uh-oh, Colin. No internet? I don't know if I like that. Let's see. Adam here talking about Red Arrow Camp, a camp that he's been connected to, and they're offering some virtual opportunities for kids and families. Nice. When he gets the info, he's going to share it out. Please do. Charlie, welcome. love seeing you in here. And let's see. Yeah, so we got some camp suggestions. We got some, other things. Like for me, I definitely want to continue my sort of daily walk with my daughter for sure. I think sometimes having ongoing projects. So like, Legos is a big one for me with my daughter. So having her and I sort of build things. Cooking, I gotta tell you, think through some of the classes that your kids might have taken at a local summer school program. Like our Port Washington, where I live, has a really robust summer program. So does the school I work at. And for example, my daughter might have taken a fun like cooking class. All right, so can we do that at home? Can we be intentional about that? Can we literally build in some time, whether it's a daily sort of time task or if it's, a particular night of the week or day of the week where we teach that together, and seeing that we're all educators, many of us have free time. So why can't we put that like teaching class between like 3 and 4 with our kids about cooking or about, whatever they like, photography. Nick, I know you love photography. Run that like a class with your kids, and take the class with your kids, right? Share out what you do with us too. Definitely. Let's see. STEM teacher last summer was intense study, planning. This summer I build healthy habits into that too. So Becky, that is important to kind of like make sure we're taking care of ourselves, right? All right, guys, we are at 17 on the light goals. I have 17 of the 20. We need to get to 20. Come on, we just need 3 more and we're there. I'd love to see us get there on our Memorial Day session here. And I have pre-laid out this week's teacher's table so you guys can see what's coming up. There's a bit of a party on Friday, and I hope you guys can make it. There's probably going to be some cake. So check that one out. I'd love to see you guys on Friday. Invite everybody you can to the teacher's table. We're building out this community. It is a great space. I love seeing how much you guys are involved in the chat. I love having these returners. Having you new people come each week too is just a huge honor. It is fabulous having you guys here. So thank you so much for being part of Teacher's Table. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning and the rest of the week at 8 a.m. Central Standard, where I am, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know there are people that join us around the globe, and I think Eastern Standard Time is a little easier one for everyone to sort of wrap their brain around. So I will see you guys the rest of the week. We didn't make it to our light goal. I was really hoping we would, but looks like we're 3 short here. We're going to sign off. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. This was a great chat. Take care, everybody.